Ms. W bought 18 bags of gumballs. Each bag of gumballs had 125 gumballs in it. That sounds like a not fun job having to count gumballs into bags. First we want to know, how many gumballs did she buy? We're looking at how many gumballs did she buy all together. And when you hear all together, you know your number is going to be bigger, so we're going to multiply. Now, Ms. W, and I'm sorry that my word many got erased by my arm. Ms. W has 6 nieces and nephews. Not 6 each, but 6 total. Maybe 3 nieces, 3 nephews. She's going to sort her gumballs so that each niece and nephew gets the same amount. So for this problem, we're going to divide, because we know we're sorting into groups, and that's division. The numbers are getting smaller. So let's do our math first. 125, or do our multiplication first. 125 times 18. 5 times 8 is 40. I'm going to put the number from the ones place here and the number from the tens place here to regroup it. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 4 is 20. I'm going to put the number 0 here because it's in the ones place and regroup the 2, put it above the 1 here. 1 times 8 is 8, plus 2 is 10. There's no need for me to regroup because there's not another number, so I am going to put the entire number 10 here. Now I'm going to go to my next spot. I'm going to put a 0 here because I'm on my next line. I'm going to erase this so I don't get confused. 5 times 1 is 5. There's no need to regroup, right? Because I only have the number in the ones place. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. I've lined everything up nice and even so that I can add these numbers together. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 5 is 5. 0 plus 2 is 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. So I have 2,250 gumballs. 2,250 gumballs. Now, she has 6 nieces and nephews. I need to sort these gumballs into 6 different piles for each of her nieces and nephews. Now, how can I do that? I'm going to erase that 5, and I'm going to do my problem so that I'm dividing 2,250 divided by what number? 6. 6 nieces and nephews equals what? I can write it out. 6 goes into, or 2,250 divided by 6. This is my dividend. This is my divisor. Up here I'm going to get my partial quotients. 6 is going to go into 2,250 at least 100 times. So we're going to start with 100. 6 times 100 is 600. 6 times 200 is 1,200, or 1,200, some people like to say. 6 times 300 is 1,800, or 1,800. 6 times 400 equals 2,400, or 2,400. 6 times 500 is 3,000. 6 times 600 is 3,600, or 3,600. Now I'm going to stop here to see if I've gone far enough. So I know that 2,250, that this number, 3,000, is too big. This number, 2,400, is less than 2,250. So it's the closest without going over. So I'm going to put my 400 here as my partial quotient and my 2,400 or 2,400 here and subtract. Oh no, I can't do that. That's wrong. Why didn't somebody stop me? 2,400 is much bigger than 2,250. We're going to have to go with 300. Class, I can't believe you didn't stop me. So 1,800 is going to be subtracted from 2,250. 0 minus 0 is 0. 5 minus 0 is 5. Can I subtract 8 from 2? If I've got 2 of something, can I subtract 8? No. So I'm going to regroup. I'm going to make my 2 a 1, add that 10 over here, so it's 12. 12 minus 4 is, 12 minus 8 is 4. And then 1 minus 1 is 0. Now, am I done? No, I have to keep going. So, I'm going to keep going over here for a moment. All right, I've got 450. Now I don't need to do my, figure out my 100s anymore. What number is closest to 450 without going over? Well, that would be 7, unless I've made a mistake. 420 is less than 450. 480 is greater. So I'm going to put my 70 up here, because remember I crossed off this 0, so I'm only working with 70. I'm going to put my 420 here, and I'm going to subtract. 0 minus 0 is 0. 5 minus 2 is 3. 4 minus 4 is 0. Okay, now I'm going to be in my ones place. So again, I can take away all these extra zeros. Don't need them anymore because now we're multiplying by the ones place. 6 times 1 is 6. That's not big enough. 6 times 2 is 12. That's not big enough. But if I look and I multiply 6 times 5, I get 30. 30 is my number here. I didn't leave myself very much room. So my number is 5. 0. I'm going to add up my partial quotients. 300 plus 70 plus 5 equals 375. Each very lucky niece and nephew is going to get 375 gumballs.